Alrighty guys, this is the tutorial for Bookmark. If you didn't see it in the trailer, it looks something like this. And if you didn't see my social media post, my girlfriend helped me name this because I made up a move called Book Return that looks like this. And she said that it's a simple flourishy move, so this looks like it kind of goes in the same package, if you will. So this is called Bookmark. The prerequisites you'll need to know are a basic Z grip that we teach on this channel in the grips tutorials, also a revolution cut, and if you guys want to do the variation I do, you need to learn how to do a deck flip. But that is not necessary for the basic teaching of it. And so without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial for Bookmark. So what you start off doing is in your dominant, or you just start with a Z grip, I guess. So in your dominant hand, you've got the packet between the thumb and the middle, between the index and middle, packet between these two hands, and then a packet carrying it in dealer's grip in the non-dominant hand. And so here's some of the subtlety that gets this move to look so cool. If you guys know the Sybil cut, that's a prerequisite that you can learn that will help you with the motion, but it's not necessary. And what you do with this top packet is you tilt your wrist down like this. And what I try to do is I realize that one of the subtleties that makes this look so cool is instead of turning it down so that the thumb and middle can reach for it, you kind of rotate it against this thumb. So this thumb that's holding the packet in dealer's grip is going to reach under here. So this is weird. In this little arc shape here, the thumb in this dealer's grip hand is going to reach through underneath into this circle. So when you do this Z grip, your thumb reaches down under this packet into this circle here, and kind of the middle and ring here that are holding this packet in middle grip are actually going to pull down this way and turn it against the finger. So instead of really trying to just grab it and move it around, you're going to almost press it against, and that'll get the packet to rotate itself, if you saw that. So that's what's super cool, is it preps itself into a Charlier or revolution cut start just by turning the packet down and having your thumb here. The thumb is like a fulcrum point, if I'm using that term correctly. So when this packet turns this way, you're pulling it off of this thumb, and then it slides into position. So you're almost, I almost dropped a packet. You're almost twirling it. It's almost like you're taking it on your thumb and spinning it. Like if you were to spin a top clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on the grip you're holding it, you're almost trying to spin it kind of like a top. So you're rotating it counterclockwise or clockwise, depending on the grip you're holding it. And then you're letting it come off of this thumb right here, using this thumb to be a space for it so it doesn't really leave your ring, and it rotates down like that. So your ring finger and thumb, or your middle and thumb, are now grabbing this packet into a Charlier or a revolution cut grip. So hopefully you got that. So from the Z grip, you rotate it down, you pull that against the thumb, and it rotates and clears your index finger, so it'll look like this. And then this packet can just come out. So instead of, just like that, instead of reaching down and grabbing it like in a Charlier cut, you can do that, but I like to rotate it against there. I think I've seen Oliver do something like this, Oliver Sogard, so that is where the inspiration is coming from. So once you rotate that down, you've got a packet between your index and your thumb, index in the non-dominant hand, thumb in the dominant hand, and you're going to just swing it out like this. At the same time, you're going to be performing a revolution cut in your dealer's grip hand, and so it's going to look like this. Actually, I'm sorry, nix that. Move the packet out first and then perform the revolution cut. That's when we're going to move to that closing thing, that little closing portion and the rotating of the packet. So to get there again, Z grip. With this top packet, spin it against your thumb. I explained that enough. Have it rotate down into this position. This thumb and this index finger pull out here. So this rotates outside here. So you're just holding these packets in this grip. Index pulls out to here. Your index, to get the best grip, depending on how you do your revolution cut, is just going to go on this long side here, and then begin a revolution cut. Now with this hand, your dominant hand, when you get to this position, so your index finger comes out, gets ready to do a revolution cut in this hand, at the same time, this index finger that's attached to the hand, with the thumb holding this packet, is going to come up here and kind of trade the thumb, or assist the thumb in this. So when you do a revolution cut in this hand, watch what happens. packet down here, start to do a revolution cut. Your index comes up to meet this thumb, and as you rotate, you'll notice your index. I noticed that when I was trying to do a revolution cut by just kind of holding this, seeing what would happen, that I got to this position and this weird thing would happen. So if you want to, you can just hold a packet here, hold a revolution cut, and with your free index finger just hold a packet, and you'll kind of feel what I mean. Your thumb and your index kind of naturally pinch here. And I realized that with this hand, you can help by just rotating it over, continuing to spin it clockwise for you righties, and for you lefties it would be counterclockwise, and it will actually rotate into that closing packet, and it looks really clean. So you rotate that packet down, you spin this packet out, you perform a revolution cut here. Your thumb and index will naturally pinch, usually just to grip this. So then what you can do is, while that's rotating, you can pinch this packet at the short end, the top short end, excuse me, here. So you'll actually take this grip, and your index will now go on the face side, and your thumb will rotate back to grab the back side. And then when you revolution cut, you just spin the packet in there. Also, there will be slow-mos at the end of this tutorial so you guys can get a better view of what's kind of happening here, but that is the verbal explanation for what's happening. So you rotate that, or you move that down, rotate that in. It's a very clean, comfy move. And then to add the little subtlety at the end, I found this subtlety the other day. It looks like a little wind-up toy, but you end in this position. So it's really cool if you pretended to like wind it up like a toy and then just do a deck flip. Ooh, and I lost a card, so we'll grab that. So as you finish the move, you get this rotation here, and you can pretend to do a wind up and then do a deck flip, and it looks like the toy is like popping out, or the deck is a little toy that jumps on its own. A couple little subtleties. And now I will explain a couple subtleties with Alright guys, so now I'm just going to dive into a little portion at the end to describe the variation if you wanted to learn the variation. So once you walk through the move to here, you will end in this position if you've turned the packet correctly. If you've turned that long packet over into the revolution cut, you'll end here. And it looks like you're winding up a wind-up toy, and so it makes it look like this is going to be moving on its own. So if you just do a little deck flip at the end, it looks like you wound up a toy and it popped or jumped on its own. And so I really like that variation. The other thing, another subtlety you'd want to do is the thinner you make this top packet, the middle packet, the better, because you'll be able to grip this middle packet better with your index and thumb later to spin the packet in. With a really chunky one in the middle, I'll show you why this looks weird. This is just harder to grip and looks really chunky. So if you leave the middle packet pretty small, one, it'll help you rotate that packet better, and two, it'll just help you rotate. It'll help you spin this packet down into the revolution cut grip, and it will also help you rotate that into the final position. And guys, that is my tutorial for Bookmark. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.